of them. So good morning, Wilton, Iowa, and beyond. Thank you, Amanda Sawvell, for coming in. Welcome to 6 a.m.
Yes, very early.
I got quite a few comments to razz you about being up and ready to go at 6 a.m. It looks like you just woke up, you were already ready, you just drove in, and here we go.
Yes, I wake up like this daily.
Well, when you're always ready, you never have to get ready, right?
Right.
You are an interesting figure around town, especially for me, because you and I have never had any kind of one-on-one, but we've known each other for a long time.
I think I remember watching you when I would come, because I'm from Tipton, come to some high school games and you doing the Wilton chant in front of the student section. That's how I know you by.
That's wild, because you were dating your now husband, Nate,
Yep.
I suppose when I was a senior in high school, because you guys are a year older than I am.
Yep. Since 97.
Since 97. We were talking on the phone yesterday. You actually have a pretty big anniversary coming up, or maybe you just hit it. You mentioned Tipton growing up.
Yep.
You already have hit or are about to hit the milestone of being a Wilton resident longer than you have not been one. Are you there yet?
Am I common law now?
Yeah, you're an implant, right?
Yes. I mean, I've been here for 22 years. That's how old my twins are.
You're right there.
Yeah.
So happy anniversary. You made it. We can call it a Wilton resident longer than you haven't.
Right.
If Wilton and Tipton got in a fight, who would win? The
Oh,
towns.
God.
If it was a town civil war.
Can we go with mascots?
Well, yeah, then I guess it's an easy one, right?
Yes.
All right. I want to learn all about Amanda Sawvell, the person, because I'm very intrigued. But I want to start with some humble beginnings. I want to run through the timeline kind of quick, and then I want to get into kind of your personality.
Okay.
So you grew up in Tipton.
Yep.
Tell me about Amanda's childhood. What was that like?
Yeah.
Look at that grimace. You have one sister, right?
I have one sister, yes.
Talk to me about her.
We are only 13 months apart. We get mistaken as twins a lot. I do have a half brother and a half sister.
Okay. Do you guys stay in touch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. She lives in Ely.
Okay.
But she's got 2 girls. I have all nieces, no nephews. Well,
really?
I lied. My half sister has a boy. So.
Okay.
But I don't see him very much. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you pretty close with your sister?
Sometimes.
Is it a sisterly thing where sometimes the love is strong and sometimes the at odds are hard?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Because we're very much alike. So that's why. Because we're both hard-headed.
Grew up in Tipton. You were pretty good in sports, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
What part?
Well, I mean, I would say from an athletic standpoint, you stood out growing
I have a lot
up.
of natural ability. Yep.
Right. So tell me about that. Like, what were your sports? What was your strong sport? What did you enjoy?
Volleyball was my strong favorite. Naturally, I was really fast, but I went to state and all that, but I didn't go out my senior year. That was being a rebel because didn't like the coach, but that's goofy. A goofy reason when you look back at that. But because there's a lot of people that don't like their coaches, so they just don't go out, and I disagree with that now because I always say, well, you're gonna like your bosses all the time. You can't quit every job.
Yeah.
So now I look back, but you can't change that. All you can do is help others change that.
What was your mindset like, though? During that time, you're a senior in high school.
Oh, like the rest of everyone, you think you know everything. So basically that.
Did you have a problem with criticism?
Yep. Yeah.
Why?
Because you just have that mindset that you thought you knew everything back, as a teenager, like most teenagers think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, I had to grow up fast. So I just kind of was a very strong-willed person. I've kind of held on to that too. Just a little bit.
So track, volleyball, what was your favorite sport?
I did
Basketball?
too. Yep. What was my favorite?
Yeah.
Volleyball, because I played in college too.
Where'd you go?
I went for 2 years, a year and a half actually, to Kirkwood.
And then joined the workforce or started going to school?
I went to UNI. I was on the team for a little bit, and then you have, because of different circumstances, I transferred too early, and you have, with the NCAA rules, you have to have like a 2-year degree or, a 17 on your ACTs, and, I didn't really love school, so I wasn't, let's just say, the smartest on the books.
I think you and I can relate there.
Yes, I did not like it.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit, though, because you come across as a pretty intelligent person.
Now.
Well, at the time, was it more so you resented the idea of being told that you need to get good grades and do schoolwork? Because I feel like if you wanted to get good grades, you probably could have done just fine, but it maybe wasn't a passion for you.
Oh, it definitely wasn't a passion. I studied and stuff. I just terrible at testing. It's just one of those deals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Street smarts.
Yeah, I guess you could say.
You've been with your husband, Nate, now you've been together since 97.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How did you guys meet? Because you guys, speaking of being somewhere longer than you haven't, you and Nate have been together longer than you have not, which is kind of a fun milestone once you kind of get into your 40s, if you've been with the same
one. Before I knew him, me and another friend, we would always come over here to Wilton and hang out with people. And so we met through his cousin, Kyle.
Kyle Hansen.
Yep. So.
Another great athlete that came out of Wilton.
Yeah. Yep.
So I remember when you and Nate started dating, because Nate was certainly a standout figure in Wilton.
And I did not know he was at the time, but I told him I could kick his butt in basketball. Because I was pretty confident. In my athletics. So
was that an initial bond between the two of you, was athletics?
Probably. I mean, yeah, a little bit, I'd say. I mean, that's just kind of what brought us. I mean, I wouldn't say that's not what brought us together, but yeah, just something in common. Yeah.
Nate was one of those people that stood out in sports. Good-looking guy. Everybody knew him. And now here comes some chick from another town to scoop him up. What was that dynamic like? Or did you just start getting along and making friends with people in town?
Yeah, it took a bit because, coming in from another town, it was hard, but I don't know. It was fine. It just took time. They just had to learn who I was and get to know me and all that. So, yeah.
So fast forward to today, mother of 3 boys, right? Married, business owner in town,
yep.
Sassy Styles.
Yep.
Give a quick plug for the salon.
It's going great. We have added 2 more people, and we're packed. We're a packed house. Sorry, Doc. Love you. We could have a bigger place, but, because we just keep adding more services and stuff. Because, we like doing a one-stop shop type of thing. So, but, yeah, it's crazy busy.
And when you say Doc, you mean Doc Stanley, because you guys are in the old dentist office building down on the corner downtown.
He did a lot of the work, to get me open, to get it open. So.
Because not only is Doc Stanley your landlord, but he's also a pal.
Yeah.
Right?
He's on call all the time for us.
That's great, though. I mean, you have a good landlord, and, obviously.
I'll just give him a call and be like, hey, you missed me yet? Come check this out. And he's there within 50. I mean, he's great. He's great.
What's upstairs in that building? Because back in the day, it used to be the original gym.
It's an apartment. I've never been up there, actually.
It's just one big, long apartment? That's a big building up there, isn't there? Or is it 2?
think part of it is an apartment, not all of it. But I have not been up there, so I don't know.
Did you know that used to be a gym?
I did. Was it Doc's gym?
Doc's Gym. It was the original. I gotta believe it was like the first gym in town. That was even pre-Brisker's.
Oh.
Because this building used to be Brisker's Total Fitness when the whole Brisker clan moved to town. From Ohio, I believe, is where they're all from. Doc had a gym in the upstairs of the dentist office, and when he closed that when this place opened as Brisker's, because a lot of the equipment or a lot of that equipment that was at Doc's got moved over to here. I believe that was the story. I don't know why I feel like that's interesting, but it's just neat to know like this building, and it's neat to kind of learn the history of some of the buildings in town.
Right.
All right, I want to do a deep dive. I want to read something to you. I screenshotted this. This is how we're going to get to know Amanda, folks.
Oh, boy.
Thank you for letting me view your private Instagram page, by the way. Did I have
a choice?
That annoyed me last night. I was like, I'm going to look at Amanda's Instagram page that said private page. I'm like, give me a break. Add me. All right. All right. You reposted this, I'm assuming, but it meant something to you. So I want to read through it, and then I want to dive in. The challenge of leadership is to be strong but not rude, kind but not weak, bold but not bully, thoughtful but not lazy, humble but not timid, proud but not arrogant, have humor without folly. Now, I know when I post something online, it's usually because it resonated with me.
Okay.
So let's dissect that a little bit.
I post a lot of stuff for my kids, too. Try to instill leadership and what some call leadership in our school amongst their classmates and stuff. Like, you know how they choose captains and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah. That's why I post those things like that, because that's what leadership is. Like, a leader wouldn't bully somebody. A leader is helpful. You know, a leader is always there. Like, those kind of things. That's where I come from. But I also, like, take that. I mean, I look at that, too, to help me out, because I'm always wanting to learn, which is why I have a thriving business. I don't ever stop learning. We always take classes. I talk amongst all my girls. I mean, I shouldn't say my girls, because some of them are self-employed. They just are, chair rental.
Yeah.
But we're still a team.
Certainly.
So
they're still there representing your brand.
Exactly. Yep. But, of course, I'm looked at as the boss.
Sure.
So, yeah.
That one line right here, I'm going to read it again, because I feel like this is worth diving into. Be strong but not rude. As a male, that's easy to do. As a female, I think it's tough. I'm speculating because I'm not a female.
Right.
But to be able to be strong but not rude, and especially be a business owner who needs to grind it out every day, how do you navigate through that?
Well, I've always had to be strong my entire life. Even now, like that's why I feel like some people misjudge me a lot, because I come off very strong. My personality is very strong. And some don't even want to talk to me because I look very intimidating, I guess. And it could be like the RBF maybe. I can't help that natural look. And, I have some friends that are like, change your face, but they know me. Like, I can't help that. But that's what my friends are for. They got to know who I was, and they love me for who I am. And yes, I am very upfront. I say it how it is. Some people do not like that about me, but yeah.
Why do you suppose that is? You know, because is it a level
why be fake? Why beat around the bush? You know, I see a lot of that. And I'm just like, just say what you really feel. You know, don't keep people, or don't keep them or like thinking or guessing what you're thinking. You know, just tell them. And if they like you, they're gonna like you. If they don't, they don't. There's more out there for people to like. You know, so that's why my clients come back to me, because they want my opinion. And they can take it or leave it. And I'm not going to get mad if they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's totally up to them. And just like new people I meet, I have, I would say, a wall. You know, it takes a bit to peel back some of the layers.
Sure.
But I'm a big softie on the inside. I just come off a little, like I said, intimidating.
I've had a couple people talk to me that are friends of yours once I started letting people know, even prior to posting about it, that you were going to come on.
Okay.
And the overwhelming response was, Amanda's just a sweetheart. She's the best. She's great. I'm so excited you're going to have her. But as a business owner, a busy parent with all these other things going on, you don't have time to beat around the bush.
No.
You have to be just upfront, forthcoming, brutally honest sometimes with people. One, you don't have time for anything else.
No.
And two,
and I have to just keep getting shit done.
Yeah.
And some just don't understand that. So when I'm always on a mission. Yeah.
It could come off bitchy.
Yep. Absolutely does.
It's so hard to convey through the mouth what the heart means.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the brain takes over, sometimes the gut takes over. Mm-hmm. But I get this overwhelming sense that you're just a really good person.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here, but...
Right. No?
I feel like you could be one of the guys when you need to be.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
If you could choose between hanging out with a group of guys, having some laughs, or hanging out with a group of girls.
I love hanging with my girls.
Let's say strangers.
Strangers.
Like let's say you and Nate.
Yeah, I'd rather probably hang out with some guys if they were strangers.
Yeah? Why is that?
They'd be easier to talk to. Girls are quite judgy, and I'm one of them probably. But again, being honest.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to be,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. But, when I do meet other girls and they do get to know me, then it's totally fine. But of course that takes time, and nobody has that time. You're going to go off first impression.
When do you become a softie?
Oh boy. I don't know if there's like a necessary timeline for that.
Is there anything that goes on? Like, do you get excited about the holidays?
I get soft if you mess with my kids. Like their hearts are broken and stuff like that. That's when I like break down.
Meaning you get more sad than angry.
Both. I get both. Like a mama bear. Like, don't mess.
What hits you first? Is it more of a sadness or an anger?
Anger. Yeah, probably anger.
Would you say you get angry easy?
Yep. I do.
Other than your kids, something happening to your kids, what makes you angry? Like, is there certain situations or scenarios or social settings that bug you, that rub you the wrong way?
Not that I can think of right now.
Let me flip the script. What brings you joy? Because I feel like...
Well, if it has to be a beach, I would love to go to the beach. Like, I belong, I think, south.
Well, that brings you relaxation.
Yes, okay.
What brings you joy? Or are you like some...
Joy and stress-free and all that, like, probably chilling with my friends. Yes. Because we kind of are all in the same boat of things and situations and just life.
When something happens, good or bad, other than Nate, who's your first call?
Do I name names?
Yeah, specifically.
Carissa.
Carissa who?
Hoekstra.
I know you're talking about Carissa
Love
Hoekstra,
you.
but
I know she's probably watching.
and why?
Um,
Why is it Carissa?
She's very level-headed. She is. Will tell me. She'll help me through things.
How long have you and Carissa been friends?
Oh God. Before her and Jake got married, I think. Yeah, it was before her and Jake got married.
You just met her through the ecosystem of Wilton?
When we were living, she was living in the trailer court and I was too. So it was, I think, around that. I'm really bad at remembering that kind of stuff. That's the dude coming out in me because I don't remember that stuff.
As a strong personality, is it hard to pursue happiness? And as a business owner, busy person, all the things?
I wouldn't say. We laugh a lot at work. Like I like going to work.
Same.
It's fun. And I'm a jokester a lot with my clients, with each other. Like when all these other clients that are not mine come in, like they always we ask about each other, and we know all their family. You know, it's nice. It can be calming sometimes, but it can be like crazy there as well. So I don't know. It's fun. It's better than sitting at home and doing nothing.
I was thinking about you last night a little bit because I get the sense, just like what you said, you really enjoy what you do. Yep. I don't particularly like the weekends. Certainly I love spending time with my family, getting caught up on stuff. Right. But I like the action of the work week. I love the people that I work with. I like the industry that I'm in. I like our customers. Yep. Probably a lot of parallels there. But sometimes it's hard to run a successful business when you also just enjoy going in and doing what you do because you still got to put your nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, you still have to do work at home. Like, it just never ends. Like, I can't go home and relax sometimes because there's, like, books to be done or ordering that needs, and I do, like, most of the social media stuff, too. So it's a lot more than just doing hair.
Are you good at delegating, or do you like to take stuff on yourself?
I feel like I do a lot myself just to get it done, but I love it. Like, we're getting ready to decorate for Christmas, and I just had like a pile of stuff, and I love the fact that a couple of them, just dug in and just started helping me out. Like,
meaning decorating the salon.
Yes. Like, I'll like be like, hey, you could help me and decorate, and sometimes, they help, but I probably would take on and doing just to get it done, just to know it'll be done. I usually do a lot of things myself.
Do you ever feel guilty for delegating?
No.
Do you ever feel like No,
because we all work there. Like, everybody should pitch in, right? So, yeah.
It's still tricky, though, because you talked about the social media aspect of it. Mm-hmm. How maddening is that, knowing that you've got, and I've talked to a couple of people about this, but not only do you got to get up every day and run a successful business, but now you have to be a carnival barker, too, online, and you got to put stuff out. And do you ever get a sense of stress when you haven't posted something about your business in a while?
I wouldn't say a sense of stress. Well, since we have like a couple new girls, I'm more apt to wanting to get them busy because they're not just Kirsten and McKenna. They're the new ones. They're Sassy Styles. Like, they're like, go to Sassy Styles. They're not like, go to McKenna, go to Kirsten, So I always try to help anybody and get anybody busy that's in there, which is why I'm always on trying to post and get people to come in, and I hand off some of mine that I have too. So the ones that are full-time, like, we're not necessarily needing more clients, but I will never turn away people just because then we can just hand them off to the other girls. So I'll bring them in.
What kind of a wait list is there at the salon?
There's no wait. Well, you mean to get in for an appointment?
Correct.
Oh, it depends. Every stylist is different. You won't get in with me probably till January.
Wow. And if you miss your appointment, sorry, Charlie.
Well, unless we try to switch people around, and that happens a lot.
Is that?
Or we feel guilty that you can't get in and then we pick up another day. That's the guilt thing that we have.
How often does that happen where you're trying to juggle people to?
All the time.
Is that one of the more frustrating parts of the gig?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Would you say it's a daily thing?
Yeah. Yes, it can be daily. Yep. And there's cancellations day of, and it's just, yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're a victim of your own success within that salon?
Yeah, because we can choose to be like, oh, well, I'll just take that day off, and it never happens because then you have to pick it up to make up for either going on vacation. Like, you always work really hard before and after vacations.
Yeah.
So, because we don't get, benefits.
No.
At all. I wish they'd come out with something like that.
Well, maybe someday.
Some PTO would be great.
Do you have a hard time saying no to people?
Yep. It doesn't happen often.
I suspect when somebody wants to reschedule or get they're coming in to see you, and if something happens where they can't make it on that assigned time, it's never hey, can we just reschedule? It's, can I get in on this day because I got this thing going and I need to look good for the thing.
Well, they know it's the
then
holidays,
you feel guilty.
But they'll cancel like this week. We've had quite a few, and they're like, can I get in next week? I just want to say, you're crazy. Like, really? Who are you?
All right, next line here, Amanda. I am intrigued by this. Be thoughtful but not lazy. What do you mean by that?
Be thoughtful and not lazy.
Meaning, the way I kind of interpret that is not a happy birthday text. Maybe a call, maybe a card.
Yeah, I would take that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
If somebody goes through something, maybe showing up in person, reaching out via phone call.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Putting the effort in.
Be proud but not arrogant. That's hard.
Yeah. We've definitely had many talks with our kids about that. But I'd say they're pretty good. They were really good about that. They stayed humble quite most of the time.
There's a lot of accomplishments there. Mm-hmm. And it would be hard, especially as a young person, to be able to enjoy the accomplishments, talk about them when people ask about them because people want to know, but not come off as being.
I like to post, and some people, I've been told before that I post too much. But you know what I love is when they come up in the memories. You know, like 5 years down the road, you have something that you posted that comes up, and you're like, oh, I missed that. I missed that memory. Yeah. And you wouldn't think of it if it didn't pop up. So heck yeah, I'm going to post. So I don't listen to those. I'll post what I want. It's my page. Don't look at it if you don't want to look at what I post. And if my kids have accomplishments, good. I like to see everybody else's too. I like to see somebody that does, like the girls wrestling. They had me. I kind of popped up a little bit this morning to see like if anybody placed or anybody. Like, that's exciting for me. Like, I want to see accomplishments. But some people these days don't want to see anybody succeed, I swear.
That's boldness and that's bravery. I mean, really, when you think about it. Mm-hmm. Because to be able to post accomplishments for whoever it is in your family, loved ones, and especially your kids, to post those accomplishments, it's coming from a place of you saying, I'm proud of what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But knowing that there's going to be naysay because of...
Oh, I've been told to take things down and all that stuff. So, yeah.
That's an interesting perspective because I would say 99 out of 100 people are going to go, man, I'd love to post this picture of my kid wearing this medal at this thing.
Yeah.
But they don't in fear of it's
insane.
going to be perceived as
And
being
I don't know,
arrogant.
is that a small town thing?
I think that's an everywhere thing.
You think? Like, why wouldn't they want to post it? It's, be proud. I mean, I don't know. It's too bad you can't see who wouldn't want to see that stuff. But
That's healthy, though. I think that's a healthy mindset.
yeah, I don't know. That's how I look at it as. But then, like I said, I've had people tell me take things down. I've had somebody a long time ago say, "Why do you post so much?" Oh, wait, Amanda's gonna post something on Facebook about her kid doing something good. Yeah, and
It's wild because I think the whole idea of social media was
you have
to
family
share.
yes, and you have family that doesn't live here that want to see that stuff, and yeah. And everybody knows that. Not everybody's family lives close by or gets to go to these things. So, of course, they want to see the accomplishments or what your kids are up to or what you're up to. So,
Good for you.
yeah.
That's hard. I've stopped myself from posting before something where I'm just like, whether it be a little wrestling tournament or a basketball thing or something, and you're just at the time you're so full of pride,
Oh, absolutely.
and you're just like, I wish everyone in my life could be here right now.
Right.
But then we stop ourselves from sharing it.
Well, that's sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
We need more happiness like that on social media. We don't want to see all that political stuff or negative stuff. I mean, that's happy stuff. So why wouldn't you post it?
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like every one of your posts from here on out.
For God's sakes, I'm gonna have a million.
I'm gonna go back to like 2014 and start liking stuff. Reblock me with the general public again on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, is the Wilton chat just off the charts right now? Do you follow that on Facebook? How fun is that?
Sometimes is the topic in the salon, and I'm like, what'd they say? Like, I think the last time I saw it was about the whole sidewalk crap, but
the sidewalk.
I don't even want to go into that. That's like old news. And then this whole anonymous thing.
What is up with the anonymouses? They're everywhere.
So dumb. I'm like, I just want to say, okay, people, it's time to grow up. Like, really, let's move on. It's kind of stupid.
You know who takes the brunt of it too is the unnamed employee, meaning the Wilton city staff.
Oh.
Those poor guys and gals, they just get beat down. And from
I would advise not to look at that ever.
well, now I think there's going to be a lot of people join the Wilton chat page after this, hopefully. But it is an interesting
I think
ecosystem.
Every town has a little chat that goes on, and I think a little bit of that goes on every town. I don't know about how bad, but yeah.
What kind of stuff do you follow on social media?
Oh Lord. Salon business owners, a lot of influencers. I like to shop on Amazon. Clothes. I could open up a store, I think, in my house with all my stuff. Yes, everybody and all my friends say I have a problem, but guess what? They don't have a problem if they need to borrow something.
Oh yeah, then it's Amanda's Closet is open for business.
Yes.
Specifically though,
Maybe
like
some good-looking boys. I don't know.
well, the problem is you click on one picture and now your feed is flooded with
God, yes.
abs and chest and biceps.
I don't know about all that.
Oh, that's great.
It's a mix. It's a good mix.
What's your platform of choice? Like when you pick up your phone, what icon are you going to hit with your thumb?
Like which social media?
Yeah,
do I
which
go
platform? You got Snapchat, Twitter, X,
I don't really
Facebook,
do much with
Instagram,
Twitter anymore.
TikTok.
Probably Facebook I go to first. Or I don't know. Between that and Instagram, I don't know.
Not TikTok though. It's probably in your purview, but not your go-to icon.
Well, I just like to see how many likes we get for our videos we make.
Which are very cute. You were showing me some before we went hot here this morning.
Go like our videos on Chris's page.
Yeah, what's the handle? Let's get Carissa some followers on TikTok.
Maybe you should interview her.
Maybe I could.
She holds the fort down at WTC.
You know, one of the accounts that I'm following right now on TikTok, which is just ridiculous.
Are you stalking people?
No, just in general. No one outside of Wilton, but just like in general, you follow some of these bigger accounts. And, you know, people are going live now. Mm-hmm. We're live.
Yep.
But on TikTok, I follow this page called Hamster Rave.
What is that?
It's ridiculous. I sent it to Casey the other night. It's this guy that has like 30 little tiny hamsters in like this big like pen type, hamster cage or whatever. And he's got all of these, instead of a hamster wheel that goes around, he's got those in there, but he's got these discs that the hamsters get in the disc and it spins this way. And the hamsters get running so fast that the disc flings and then they fall off, but then they hop right back on. And he plays like techno and rave music in the background with like lights. And so you're just watching these hamsters. Aren't we getting dumb? Are we getting dumb?
I mean, on TikTok, I like to watch dancing, like different the different songs. And then I think to myself, ooh, I'm gonna do that. So I just like it and save it. But I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of work. I don't know if I could do all that. Be a workout though, right?
Well, yeah. So like when you say dances, are you talking about like dance trends or?
Yeah, there's like different routines to different songs. Yeah.
What's something Nate does at home that drives you crazy?
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, give me one. Give me something that.
He's probably watching right now.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's probably doing it right now.
When there's stuff that needs to be done, he just sits in the hot tub all the time. He is a hot tubber, like all the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Morning and night.
So you're one of those people that bought a hot tub and actually use it?
Uh-huh. All year round.
How long have you had it?
7 years.
Wow.
6 years. Heck, I don't remember.
So Nate does, okay, that's just a guy thing, right?
Okay.
Right, makes a mess, goes and does his thing. But is there like a little idiosyncrasy, a little something that he does that drives you crazy? While you're thinking about that, I'll give you mine just to kind of get the juices flowing here.
Like waking me up at 2 a.m. snoring? Yes.
Oh, he's a big snorer?
Yes.
I did this last night and it drove my wife nuts. I have this thing where, have you ever just like, after you're done eating, you find just like the littlest tiny piece of food in your teeth or something?
Yeah.
And I'll go, I'll spit it out like that. Like my wife and I can be having the most amazing evening. And if I'm within earshot and she hears me go, oh my, it like drives her crazy.
I have a lot of those little annoyances. I don't want to hear somebody chew. I don't know, breathe maybe. I don't know, like heavy breathing.
Just don't breathe in front of me.
Heavily in front I don't know. It's weird. Don't slurp. Like when Nate drinks coffee, he has to slurp every drink. I'm like, why? Why do you have to slurp every drink? I don't get it.
And then
I don't know.
More slurping.
It's like, I don't know. I think I'm just annoyed of a lot of little things. It's the noises. It's the little noises. I don't know.
If today,
you're like, I'm gonna breathe now, okay?
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, sitting here. All right. If today you had $1 million fall out of the sky, but the rule was you could not spend it on anybody. The first thing you purchase has to be a selfish purchase. It can be a thing, it can be a place, it can be an experience, it can be anything. $1 million falls out of the sky and be like, believe me, there'll be plenty left over for your family. But the only way to capture this $1 million is you have to go selfishly spend a good chunk on yourself. What would you do with it?
Would that include taking some friends on a vacation? A beachy vacation?
If that truly was something that you would like,
I would
knee-jerk reaction, go do.
Probably vacation. I don't get enough of those.
with a group of friends.
Yeah.
And where would you go?
Jamaica. Or some tropical place. For like 10 days.
See, you don't even realize it, but you just gave me a lot of insight to who you are, because your knee-jerk reaction was spend it on some friends and go on a trip. Even though I
I would
prefaced...
say I'm a very giving person.
Well, clearly, without you even having to say that,
I
because...
also like to buy things for myself, too.
Well, don't we all, right?
Yeah.
But your initial reaction was, even though I said, selfishly spend it on yourself, you didn't say new car, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, which would be fine, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I would probably buy something really dumb, but you want to
It's
share it with your
obvious
friends.
that I'm just wanting a damn vacation.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Maybe ask me after the holidays and what I want.
How many hours do you think you're putting in right now?
I couldn't even tell you. I should keep track, though. That'd be great. Just
'Cause it never shuts
between,
off.
Like all the sports stuff. Like tonight, there's a big meet the team night or something. Well, I typically work Wednesday nights, and so I have to make up that night. I had to move those people to Monday, which is typically my day off. So I worked Monday, and yeah. So I don't get a day off. I could. I know. My sister's always like, you could say no. You could take a day off. It's your choice. I always say, no, my clients are my boss. That's what they basically are.
Well, they're paying the bills.
They're paying the bills. That's right. So, yeah.
You're spending a lot of time at the school, at work. It's probably hard because...
I basically spend more hours at work than I do at home, for sure.
Yeah. We had Jane in here last week.
Oh, yes.
Now, so Jane is your husband's aunt.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny because I never correlated Nate and Jane as nephew and aunt.
Okay. Well, there's so many of them.
There's so many.
I always say he's related to half the town, basically.
Well, probably when you start
So, yeah,
to boil
I
it
have
down.
to be a strong-willed person. I'm in that family.
You're in that whole. It would be
I have to
considered
say-
would it be considered the Maurer clan, the Sawvell clan? Like what? Would you name that whole family group?
How would I name that whole family?
Yeah,
group?
how would you? What last name would you put there? Would you put Maurer? Would you put Sawvell?
I think it's the Maurer group is what they typically say. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you pretty close with within the full big family?
Oh, Lord.
I'll put it to you this way. Big family gathering, be it on a holiday. Who's probably one of the first people you're going to go grab a drink and chat with?
I sit at the table and wait for somebody to come to me.
Look at you.
Well, there's just so many of them, so somebody's going to always sit by you.
You're like, I've been talking to people all week long.
Exactly, yes. And come Friday, I don't want to talk to anybody. So if I come off like that at soon-to-be basketball games, I'll just, yeah. But, I don't know. I mean, they all say hi. I mean, everybody says hi. I don't know. They're all bossy.
Do you ever stew on stuff?
Yeah. I'm a worrier. I worry a lot.
Like what?
Just on situations or outcomes, or it's I would say it's a sickness because you can overthink. I'm an overthinker.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So in other words, you might be at home and all of a sudden this overwhelming thought comes
and that's
across.
When I call Carissa and be like, okay, am I overthinking this? And she'll bring me back down.
Yeah. Because you've got to be polished all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to be polished all the time.
Well, meaning you're out in the public eye,
Yeah. Yeah.
in public, in the school system, everywhere, and I would imagine that you probably fret and stew on stuff,
Yeah.
Is it more like conversation stuff that you'll look back on and you'll go, man, I didn't like the way that conversation went,
Like
or
foot and mouth situation?
Yeah.
A lot. Because I'm too upfront sometimes. Yeah, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
How do you get past it?
You don't, because then I'll do it again. Not on purpose. It just happens.
I only ask because, like, I go through that kind of same stuff too.
Yeah?
Where you'll walk away from a conversation or something and you'll go, I probably
have
could
learned not to maybe say so much because not everybody's your friend. They're going to be nice to you, but they're not your friend. They're going to turn around and be two-faced. And there's a lot of those around here.
Is that right?
Yeah. So you just have to watch. I do watch. I try to watch what I say. That was my last year's New Year's resolution. Watch your mouth a little. So I did a little.
I found a lot of comfort in and I don't even remember where I read the quote. Gosh, we read so many inspiring quotes out there, and then you forget about them. But one that really stuck with me was, people don't think about you as much as you think they think about you.
Uh-huh. I've seen that recently.
And if you subscribe to that, I think it's kind of therapeutic, because it's like, man, get out of your own head.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard to navigate through it, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you want to, if I had my way, I'd be friends with everybody. But
Right.
that's not going to happen.
I've tried that. I've tried that one, being not from here, when you try to be friends with everybody, but not everybody's your cup of tea either, so.
Run me through your Thanksgiving. We're a week out. What is Amanda Sawvell's Thanksgiving going to look like this year?
I usually host Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I just opted out of Thanksgiving, so we're going to my sister's house.
And forgive me if you already told me, where does she live?
Ely.
She's in Ely, that's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
So will that be a big gathering?
No, we have a very small family.
Okay.
Yep. And then Nate's side, they always have something too. So.
Tell me more. Who's going to be at your sister's house?
My aunt, my mom, my kids. I don't know if my grandma's coming or not.
Okay.
That's it. It's very small.
Where's your mom live? Still in Tipton?
Moscow.
Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty close with your mom? Or same with your sister?
It's sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've butted heads my entire life, so yeah.
Probably still came from a place of love.
Sure. Yep.
Do the Mowers get together for Thanksgiving?
They get together for everything.
Will there be a gathering that you will go to?
Yeah.
When is that typically?
Same time as mine, but they always stay and hang out, whereas my family, they basically, when you eat, they leave. After people eat, they leave.
So you'll go to Ely, you guys will hog and jog and join the Mowers for after-ups.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I loved about Nate's family when I entered it, is they always had something going on.
Okay.
And they're big game players. They like to play games. So that's always fun.
Like
so
poker, card game kind of stuff?
No, like board games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what I've always done with my kids then, because it's fun.
What's the game of choice?
Oh, we like categories, and they like to try out new ones too, but some do like to play poker, but I don't know. Categories is a big one.
Amanda, I feel like I'm getting to know you a little bit better. This is great.
I'm not as bitchy?
No, you're not a bitch. No, not at all.
Not at
You're
all.
friendly.
I am friendly.
What time's the salon open this morning?
Oh, I don't know. It's Wednesday. Usually I'm the only one there. But I think Kelly's coming in today, and McKenna. So, yeah.
Can a dude come get a haircut, or is this more like getting my hair did kind of thing?
No, we have a lot of guys that come in.
Do you really?
Yeah. I do have something for you, though.
Like a gift?
Yeah, it's a parting gift.
Oh. You're the
Don't
first
laugh.
guest to bring me a gift.
I know. Well, here, let me give you the parting gift. It's a nice
Oh,
a nice big comb.
look at that. We're going to hang this
And
up on the
wait.
wall. A big sassy comb.
So have you seen those TikToks where the stylists are doing those jokes with the little blow dryers? Yeah, I've done that on some.
I have. What's the story with
Oh my
that?
God, it's hilarious. Just to get the reaction. Yeah. So I have another one of those, and I've propped my phone up and did some videos. Yeah. And so when I get that out and start combing people's hair, they're like, "What in the world?"
Well, thank you for that. I'm going to put this on the wall right next to your signature, by the way.
Oh, okay.
We're getting, we got Jane's signature on there and BJ's and
Well, I have
Chili's.
a hat
and
for you too, but you don't wear hats, I don't think.
Oh, I do. Let me see the
do?
hat. I do, just not
Oh.
when we're doing this. Oh, look at that. I'm going to put that on right now.
Oh, you're gonna mess up the do.
Well, you know what? There's so much gel in this hair.
I was just gonna say you didn't even move when you put the comb in it.
No,
You could probably
it's.
just stick the comb in there.
I use that blue short sexy
Oh,
hair
yeah,
is
yeah.
what it's called.
We have some of that on our shelves, actually.
I've had that. I've been using that same stuff ever since I was, when I went to Western for about 45 minutes. There was a salon down there that had it. So this fits nice.
Nice.
How do I look?
Great.
Do I look sassy? Do I look styling?
Yes, very. Yeah. Some people, that's when I'm out and about, they don't call me by my name. They call me by Sassy. Hey, Sassy. It's funny.
Thank you for the comb.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing a little bit today.
Yeah.
I want to have you back.
No.
Yeah, I want to have you back.
Why?
Speaking of have people in here, who should we throw in the hot seat? You got anybody in mind that you'd like to see?
Do they need to be business owners?
No. And that's the thing. I want all walks of life, all types of people. Anyone from town here that you feel might have a story to tell. Be kind of interesting.
Well, I already mentioned one.
Get Carissa in here.
I think so.
I'd like to get
She's-
Carissa in here.
She's cussing me out right now. I already know it.
Probably. Yeah. We could tell stories about people calling the phone company, complaining
She's
about
like-
things.
She does a lot of things. She's on, does the library stuff, and she's involved in a lot too. Yeah.
Well, so are you, and you got a lot to do today, Amanda.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in. Amanda Sawvell, everybody. Go check her out down at Sassy Styles, downtown, historic, beautiful Wilton, Iowa. And I think we're going to be seeing each other around town. And I think I owe you a round for these free gifts. So next time I see you out. Thanks, Amanda.
Yes.
Appreciate you coming in.
Yes.
All righty.